Good morning and welcome to Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse on this lovely April day. We're in the greenhouse right now, but we've got some things to show you outside first. So we're going to go out to the front of the house where Al's going to talk a little bit about his lavender.
What we're doing here at the lavender is we've got some friends that were interested in receiving some. And if you didn't know, lavender is, if you make a lavender tea, it's good for leg cramps. And I've been taking it for some time. I used to suffer with leg cramps really severely almost every night. And now it only happens maybe 1 or 2 nights a month. Big change. Now, it's all from lavender. So we're sending this to our friend John in Nebraska. Now, dig that out now for John. There we go. We'll send that to John and hope that it continues to grow. As you can see, our walking onions are doing what they're named for. They're walking and spreading out. And in fact, every time you get they'll grow up about this tall, and as they mature, they'll fall over and plant themselves in another spot. Well, originally, this batch of plants was one row about as wide as this shovel, about 6 foot long, and it's kind of grown out of control. So I am willing to share with all of you out there in our viewer land. We'll send these to you. Now, what are walking onions? Well, you can look them up through Google. They're a great, very mild onion for those of us, myself included, who love raw onions but can't eat them because they don't set well in the stomach. You'll like these. They're very mild. If you like chives, these are a little bit milder than chives. Anyway, anybody that wants them, email us, albd2@gmail.com, and we'll put that in the text that goes with this video. But please email us and we will be delighted to share them with you. Otherwise, they're going in the garbage. Email me.
We're going to head now for the greenhouse. So I thought I'd take a little tour on our walk to the greenhouse. Is that where we're going next?
You betcha.
Okay. So I just wanted to show everybody that spring is definitely here. You can see that we've got
we have blossoms coming up everywhere.
Blossoms on our apple tree. We have hostas coming up. We're going to have apples this year, I think, if we don't get a late frost.
Yes.
This tree is really...
This is an earlier producing tree, the one you're looking at right now. It produces and is ripe and ready to use in August, where the other one is towards the end of September.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get some pears this year. Last year, they all froze off. So this is our little pear tree. We hope to get a few pears off of it.
Well, here's the bleeding heart coming up here. Then next to it, this is another hellebore that I haven't shown. This is kind of a white, yellowish blossom, greenish, and that plant's getting quite big.
My sister's cinnamon apple tree is really starting to blossom this year. Maybe we'll get some apples off of it. It's supposed to produce apples that have a cinnamony flavor to them. Anyway.
And then coming around, you can see that the daffodils are just about over. As soon as this turns into a nice plump seed pod, I will take that off so that the energy goes into forming bulbs for next year. Not that I need more bulbs. We've got some little miniature iris blooming over here. Well, the greenhouse is looking pretty good. We've got lots of stuff going. Got a couple of ripe strawberries.
You got ripe strawberries? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. This is pretty great. Oh wow.
These are our peppers that we held over, and they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, sweet. This one's a sweet pepper.
This is a sweet. This is Costa Rican
And
sweet.
that's a poblano. And they're all starting to put out leaves.
Yeah. And these are 3 tomato plants here that were seedlings that I just dug up last fall. And we'll see what they do. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're probably cherry tomatoes. These are more dahlias. Here's some seeding that I've already done. I've got tomatoes, peppers, lupin. I've got some dahlia seeds. I've never done that before. These are marigolds. What have I got in here? Oh, zinnias. A bunch of zinnias in here. There's some stalk. So we'll see what I get.
And so what are we doing in here today?
So in here today, I've got some things that need to be planted. We're going to try something new. We've taken these toilet paper rolls and cut them in half, and I'll set them in this little tray. One of the things that I found is that green bean roots don't like to be disturbed, and so I've had very poor luck planting green beans early. So this year, I'm going to try it this way, because I can plant the little toilet paper rolls right in there.
They'll just go straight in the ground and dig, and they'll just rot away, and the plant will never know it was transplanted. That's a good idea.
Hopefully, we'll see. Now, in order to make this work, we'll just take it and poke these seeds in. This is a Provider, which is a bush bean. It's pretty stringless, and we've just been real happy with them. And they seem to produce really good. So this is what I have generally used for my... I find beans do better if you poke them in. Let's put 2 in. I think I'll put 2 in each one. That mix is kind of dry, so we'll have to
get a good watering on that.
Yeah, a good watering on it. Now I'm going to get some vermiculite. I've decided I kind of like vermiculite. Filling over the top of those seeds. That seems to work a little better than the soil, because the soil, that's not seeding soil, so it's a little more coarse than what seeding soil would be. Cup here, and I'm going to pour water down in there and just let it soak up through. And just set these. Let's see, where will we set these? Right here is a good spot. Let's put them right there. And I'll put a little cover over them. There we go.
Now, we've had something going in the kitchen for a while that's been growing in this jar, and I want to see that planted.
Yeah.
This, it started with just a cutting. Hold that up and let me get a good shot of that.
One thing about coleus is it does root easily in water.
Well,
and actually what happened, I had a big coleus and it kind of broke. And so
you made a cutting out of it.
Made a cutting out of it, yeah.
Well, that's better than throwing it away.
I'm just going to throw this in here temporarily. Okay. That should fit right down in there. And then I'll just put some soil around it. Oops, making kind of a mess, aren't I?
Oh well, we'll clean it up after we turn the camera off. Everybody thinks that you stay so nice and clean, and the truth of the matter is, it is a dirty business after all. It's with dirt.
Yep.
I wonder what would happen if you use the water that it's been sitting in all this time to also water the plant. I'm just curious.
Oh, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Set it in this. And water it. Okay, we need to set it somewhere. I'll just set it down here. It doesn't need too much sunlight. These are some sugar bomb tomatoes, which is a small pearl-shaped tomato, a little bigger than a Sweet 100. And these are seeds that I saved last year. And so I want to see if I can...
Did we grow some of those last year?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I've got a few little seeds in here. They're tiny, tiny little seeds. I don't know if you can even see those. So we'll see how many of those we can get to grow.
Oh, you're going to have to be really careful not to bump that and have them all on the ground or something.
Oh yeah, this is not going to be easy. There aren't seeds in all of those, but I'll pretend like there are. Now, the way I water these is by immersing them. And so this is the container I generally use here. And set those down in there.
And then they'll just soak up what they can and go from there, huh?
Yep. And it doesn't take long. It's amazing how quickly.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. See you next time on Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse. Bye now.